First off, I want to thank each and every one of you for showing up to today's speech. And that is exactly the 0 people who showed up to today's speech, because you don't need to hold speeches in person anymore. They're like, we live in the digital era. There's no need for speeches like that anymore. We have email. But my grievances with the other presidential candidates' speech policies aside, that is not the topic of today's speech. Today, I'd like to bring up a few things that I've noticed in my great hometown of middle of nowhere, California. As you know, the birthday party is resident to like 5 members, 2 of which being some of my most trusted advisors, Namuel Jamster and Clownpiece. Upon asking Nam on his opinion on sidewalks in residential areas, of which is very important, he responded that he didn't really care, because he lived in urban areas and there was always a sidewalk there. Now this brings up an excellent point. How come some people in different areas of the same city not have to worry about if there's a sidewalk on the road? How come some people in different areas of the city don't have to worry that there is a natural buffer that stops a car from decking them and smashing them into 2 pieces? Of course, some of you may be saying, well, there are no sidewalks in residential districts, because cars drive slower in residential districts. They can't sidewind you. I'd argue I'd still get sidewinded. No one stops for anything in middle of nowhere, California, my hometown. Nobody. They run reds when the light's green. I don't even know why they do that one. The point still stands. These sidewalks are necessary, as they can help people not get murdered. Of course, I always have to listen to the advice of my vice presidential candidate, Clownpiece, who had this to say. A sidewalk is just concrete. That's it. So why haven't these government institutions ever actually funded making a sidewalk in any of their goddamn lives? Well, it's simple. They're getting paid by the hospitals. You get sidewound by a Ford F-150 going 220-mile speed zone. Obviously, the hospital is going to get all the money from that exchange, because you're going to be a tangled up mess in the corner that needs money to live. Of course, what this really mentions about our socioeconomic situation is that we value money over human lives. This is irrelevant, because I want to build more sidewalks.